Hi everyone, it's Lauren and welcome back to my series on how to start a Booktube channel. I will leave a link to this series in the corner up here and in the description box below, where you can find all sorts of videos on the whole process from getting the equipment to planning to editing to uploading a Booktube video. When I asked you guys what questions you had about starting a Booktube channel, overwhelmingly the biggest response I got was, how do you come up with ideas for videos? How do I schedule my videos? When do I film them? How do I get motivated to film? So this video is going to be all about that topic: how to film, when to film, what you should film, because to be honest, that's something that can be very daunting before you start your own channel, and it kind of took me a long time to get comfortable with my own schedule and get everything kind of straight in my own head. So I'm hopefully going to be able to answer most of those questions today. If there's anything that I miss out or anything else you'd like to ask around this topic, then please leave me a comment below and I'll try and answer it there. I'll be giving some general tips in the first half of the video, and then I'm going to take you over to my laptop and we can have a look at the schedule that I have and also look at what my Booktube channel was when I first started it, because I think people can get very intimidated looking at people's channels who've been going. I mean, I've been going for like 2.5 years. There's other people who've been doing this for much longer than that, and it can feel quite daunting, to be honest, but I think it always helps looking back at where people started to help you feel more comfortable that most people don't know what they're doing when they get started, so you don't need to have it all figured out right away. So the first thing that I want to talk about is coming up with ideas for videos. A lot of people ask me this: how do you come up with interesting ideas and what should I talk about? And to that I kind of say, you can talk about anything you want. I know that's not very helpful when you're asking for some direction and someone says, you choose. But honestly, the thing about Booktube specifically is that we're all talking about books, but we all are reading different books. And even if we do all read the same one, a lot of us have very different opinions on it. I'm going to get a very different reading from a book than you will. And the reason we're all here and all talking about it is because we find that interesting and we like that community spirit, that book club feel where we can all discuss our different views on the same book. So you don't really have to be that innovative to start a Booktube channel. All you need to do basically is talk about the books that you're reading. There are lots of formulas that you can follow if you want. Obviously, you don't have to, but when you first start, I think it is quite helpful to have a bit of structure in place. So you can do monthly reading wrap-ups if you like. I tend to do 1 wrap-up a month. I sometimes do 2. Some people do weekly reading wrap-ups. Just depends how much you're reading and how much time you have to film. You can do book hauls, you can do TBR lists, which is like a to be read list for the coming month. I tend to do those like 4 times a year just because I think it's kind of interesting having a reading plan, but I don't like sticking to a plan too much, so I don't do them monthly. You can do tag videos. You don't have to wait for someone to tag you in a video in order to do it. If you see it going around Booktube or an old one that you want to do, you can just do that yourself. And a tag video is where somebody comes up with a list of questions, and then it's like a game of tag. They can tag their friends to answer the same questions. So you know what questions people are going to be answering, or at least the topic is going to be on, but everyone's going to have slightly different answers. If you want to do an old tag video, feel free, go ahead. I know that before I started, I had a lot of ideas of things I wanted to do, but I didn't really know how I was going to do them. And I also wanted to do them perhaps after I felt a bit more comfortable in my channel and I knew what I was doing. So I always had the idea to do the Page to Screen series, which is a series I do where I read a classic book and then watch all of the TV and film adaptations of it. And I could sort of see that in my head, but I didn't know how to get pictures on screens. So I didn't do that for ages until I'd worked out like how to edit my videos so that I could put pictures up. But apart from that, I didn't have loads of ideas, to be honest. I did make quite a lot of notes because I was very worried that I would get to a week and I wouldn't have any content and I wouldn't know what to do. I don't know why I was so worried about that. But so I did make loads and loads of lists, but actually the lists of video ideas that I made before I started my channel, most of them I've not even done because I've done different stuff. And I think that's what you tend to find. Once you actually start this, and you start talking to a camera, you develop your own style, you work out what books you like reading a lot more because you're paying more attention to it. And ideas do just come. For the first few months of my channel, I made sure I had a planned video every single week. I uploaded every Sunday if I could. And if I didn't have an idea for one Sunday, like say I started in January, and if I didn't have an idea for like the 3rd Sunday in February, I'd be like, oh God, what am I gonna do that week? And then, you know, someone might tag me to do a video and I'd be like, oh, thank God they tagged me, because otherwise I wouldn't have had a video to go up. And why was that an issue? I don't know why I was concerned. YouTube analytics and advice, it's always like, have an upload schedule, upload regularly, make sure your viewers know when you're uploading. But let's be honest, when we first start, I mean, like my first video, when it got 4 views, I was like, oh my God, 4 people. Like, no one's watching you. No one is watching you when you start. So it doesn't matter if you upload regularly. You can start your channel and suddenly have 10 videos straight away if you want. Or you can start your channel and then just kind of drip feed videos on as you get more comfortable. You don't have to have an upload schedule within the first couple of months of starting. Absolutely not. So you don't have to have this concern about ideas and whether you're going to have enough content, because really, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I actually think, in a way, there should be more content for you when you first start your YouTube channel than where I am now, because there's a whole backlog of books that you would have read in your life up until the point where you started reading. I know in the first couple of months of me starting, I did several singular book reviews about books that I'd read. I think my first video was a December wrap up, and then I just spoke about some books I'd read in maybe like October or November that year that I really enjoyed, that I hadn't featured in a video and I wanted to talk about. You can do stuff to introduce people to your channel, like these are my top 5 books of all time, because people don't know you yet. So you've really got a vast amount of options for what you can talk about in those first couple of months. You also have no idea what your channel is going to be like before you start it. I don't really now like the name Reads and Daydreams. I'm quite embarrassed by that because I didn't really know what I was going to be like on camera, and there were some videos that I watched and I thought, oh, I really like that style. It's quite sort of cool and calm and dreamy and really light and airy, and I was like, yeah, that will be me, but that's not really what I'm like on camera, and that's not really my personality. So I don't really think that encompasses what this channel is now that I've done it. It's too late now to go back and change it. But this is just an example that you don't really know. You do just need to start, and you can start as basic as you like. And those ideas and that inspiration and that motivation to do something a little bit different and carve your own niche in the Booktube community, like that will come with time and experience. In terms of scheduling, like when I film and when I upload, I try and upload every Sunday, and then if I have another video I want to upload that week, I tend to do it on a Thursday. I don't really know why, that's just what I do. That's just what's easiest for me. And I also try to be a kind of a week ahead and have a video ready to upload like already that week, so I'm not scrambling around to get my video done that Sunday and uploaded that Sunday evening. That's what works for me. I know my friend Jen Campbell films and uploads like literally straight away. She'll film a video, edit it, and then it goes up as soon as she's finished it, and she won't schedule it at all. And that works for her. But it just depends what your schedule is. I don't think you need to worry too much about making sure that you have a video up on a certain day every week. You don't need to worry too much about when you're going to film. It's just about finding time that works for you, really. So each video that I film probably takes about 40 minutes, I would say, to actually film. And then I've at least got an hour and a half of editing, like at least, plus doing closed captions after that. So I would say each video for me probably takes about 3 hours in all, like across the whole week. And that's 3 hours that I find time for, and I enjoy doing it, and it's not that big a drain on my life. It's only a drain if you make it a drain. It's only stressful if you give yourself those deadlines, like, oh my God, I need to get this video up by this time on this day, which, like, let's be honest, like our audience don't notice. Like, I really doubt if you guys noticed until I just said that I upload on Sundays. There's nothing worse than overestimating how important you are to everybody else that's watching your videos, and especially if you're going to get stressed about it. So if you can't find the time to film one week, doesn't matter. If you've got loads of time and you can upload 3 or 4 times a week, then that's fantastic. But it shouldn't be a drain on your life. It's a hobby at the end of the day. So I'm going to take you to my laptop now, and we can have a peek into sort of how my mind works in terms of my scheduling and how I come up with my ideas. And we'll also look at the oldest video. I haven't watched any of my old videos back. I'm not going to do that right now. But yeah, look back at my first maybe 20 videos, and you can see kind of what I was doing at that time. So this is what I use for my schedule. I actually use an Excel document where I've put all of the days of the year in there, and then I kind of color code when I want to upload videos, and I have a little code for days that I intend to film, which is light yellow. If I've already got an idea plan for that day, then I make it sort of an orange color, Once I've filmed a video, I make it green, and then once I've uploaded a video, I make it blue. I really like being able to look at the whole year in this way. This is just how my brain works. So this is my schedule for this year. And you can see that I haven't uploaded 1 week, and I've got kind of a lack of ideas on this side for the last month, and then coming up I've just got loads of ideas which I have no time to film. Let's go and have a look at my channel. So this is what my channel looks like now. If you go through onto my videos, we can look at what my earliest ones are, and you can see the difference between the look that I have on this page, and then if we go to the oldest ones, here we go. Everything is very, very different. So this is what I did in my old flat. So I think the first few videos I have is a December wrap up, a Christmas book haul, some book reviews from stuff I'd read already, a TBR, and a tag video, the Booktube newbie tag. Like, that's all I'd done. None of this is innovative or interesting or anything that you wouldn't find on anybody else's Booktube channels. This is also quite interesting for looking at the types of thumbnails I've got, and I've got different lighting in like every single one of these videos, slightly different colours in the background, and my thumbnails are all different as well. So you can see that I'm just trying different things out, and I haven't really found my place yet. I don't really know what I'm doing. Things did change when I moved house, and I've got slightly different backgrounds there, but you know, for the first year, really, when I looked back at this, I was quite surprised. For the first year, everything I did was almost solely books, apart from when I went to Latin America. And everything is very, very basic. There's nothing very different or imaginative about any of the videos, really. So it really is a process. It's a frustratingly long and embarrassing process. And I'm probably going to look back at the videos I'm doing now in a couple of years' time and think they're really bad and be embarrassed again. But, you know, that's the thing. You just have to make something, and you have to do something. And it won't be perfect first time. But that's okay, because you're never going to get better if you don't try. So I really hope that this was helpful. I don't know what advice I can give really about coming up with ideas and planning videos, other than just do it. And I get the anxiety and I get the concern, and you kind of want someone to help you and tell you what to do. But I can't tell you what to do, because everybody is different. You are you, and your style is going to be completely different to mine and completely different to anybody else's on this platform. So you do just have to start, have to give it a go and see where it takes you, really. My next video in this series is going to be all about talking in front of a camera, how to get used to it, how to get rid of your tics and mannerisms, which I have not obviously achieved in myself quite yet, and also how to talk about books, so how to summarise them, how to get your points across. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did like it and you thought it was helpful, and I will see you next time. Bye!